What's good in the hood, YouTube? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here, bringing another video. So today I wanted to do something which I've done before, and for those that are not familiar with this, it's something where I go over the summaries and I discuss them, give my reactions to the summaries of new episodes for the current season of Power Rangers. Current season right now being Power Rangers Dino Supercharge. As many people know, the hiatus is going on right now, but we just got six more episode summary confirmations for episodes 9 through 14, which is very good because that's a good amount of episodes right there. And I believe that's the same amount that they did for Dino Charge during their second run of summaries. So that's good. So let me go through them. So episode 9, so I'm going to read them and I'm also going to give you guys some reactions and thoughts, of course. So episode 9 says this. The title of episode 9 is Besties for Eva. And it's like Eva as in like, there's a 4 and then it's EVA for Eva. It's weird. And it says, Shelby's lifelong friend, Aaron, starts to take credit for a song that Shelby wrote when they were kids. But when Aaron starts to take credit for the work of the Pink Ranger, she quickly realizes how dangerous it can be to claim ownership of someone else's work. So this is kind of like an episode on copyright in a way. It's kind of interesting. I kind of like it. I'm curious as to what that necessarily is implying. Does that mean that it's going to be an episode where they're going to be fighting over each other? And why exactly is it something where she realizes how dangerous it is to claim ownership? I'm a little bit curious about that. Starts to take credit for the Pink Ranger. So Aaron takes credit, but she ends up realizing it. I'm curious as to why that is. Like, does that mean that like it becomes a major hit or something? I'm curious. I don't know. Not too much information. Obviously, this is most likely just kind of a filler episode, but that's fine. I mean, it's going to be starting the post hiatus stuff, so that's good. Anyway, that's episode 9. Let's move on to episode 10. This one is interesting. It's called Gone Fishing. So another fish monster, which we've had a bunch of them in the past. This one says, the Silver Ranger, what? The Silver Ranger, hello, contacts Kendall from the far reaches of space to let them know where the location of a new Zord is. When Singe and Fury intercept the message, it becomes a race to see who can get there first. Yeah. The Silver Ranger by episode 10 will be introduced, meaning we will know all 10 Rangers. Now, it says he'll contact them. That doesn't mean that we'll necessarily see him or see his outfit, but somehow there will be some way of communication that will go between them. Still, really cool. Interesting thing, obviously. And obviously, Singe and Fury are intercepting the message, which should be interesting. And obviously, Singe and Fury were fighting before, so clearly there must have been some agreement or something. So that's good. Okay, so it's a race. So it's sort of like Gold when they were trying to get the Gold Energem or whatever, and they were racing to find it or whatever. Same idea. So then episode 11's summary the title is Love at First Fight. Okay. And I forgot to mention for the Gone Fishing, that actually, it's going to be an episode that's basically very similar to what they did with the Sentai. That's why it says Gone Fishing. It's going to be like it's not really a fish monster, it's more like a fisherman monster. That's what you're going to see as a monster. Because I remember from the show. But yeah, from the Sentai. But episode 11, Love at First Fight, it says Poisandra, which we haven't seen her in a very long time. Poisandra's magic paint and brush are exactly what Beauticruel needs to make any guy she desires fall in love with her. Heckle devises a plan to make the Rangers fall in love with her so he can steal their energems. This kind of reminds me of Megaforce in a way. Kind of when they, had that monster that was, I think she was like some sort of insect, like I forget what it was, but like she, like a moth or something, I don't even know what it was, I'm forgetting right now, but like she kind of like attracted them to to her or whatever. Kind of reminds me of that monster. It is interesting. There have been a bunch of those kind of monsters. Like even Time Force had a monster like that, where like it fell in love with all the Rangers, and there's a couple of them. So that's interesting, of course. Also, obviously, Poisandra. We haven't seen her in a very long time because she showed up at the very beginning of Dino Supercharge, but then throughout Dino Supercharge, we never saw her again. Same with Curio, we saw a little bit more, but Poisandra, we haven't seen her other than like maybe the first or second episode. So yeah, that's episode 11 summary. Let's move on to episode 12, which says Catching Some Rays. So then it says, the Rangers discover the cave where Koda and his family once lived. Questioning the wise words of his grandfather, Koda opens a section of the cave he was told to never enter, allowing an ancient monster to escape. So, first of all, he's going to a cave where he used to live. Obviously, he got frozen over and everything like that, and, Kendall and Chase ended up rescuing him, as well as Keeper, I believe it was. And the thing is that they're going back there to unleash a monster. Most likely, there'll also be some more information regarding like a flashback of his past and other things like that. So it should be interesting to see that one. That one actually sounds really cool. And I'm pretty excited to know about it and what monster they're referring to exactly. Okay, episode 13, the title is Recipe for Disaster. Okay, pretty simple title. It says, Chase is determined to master a dessert recipe from New Zealand when a food critic visits the Dino Bite Cafe. Meanwhile, an evil monster comes to Earth to find the Energems and take control of the Zords and Megazords. Okay. So that's interesting. So he's trying to become he's trying to learn a dessert recipe, and there's a food critic, and they're probably going to serve it to the food critic, and there's a monster that wants to take control. So I'm trying to think now. It could be the Debo's leader from the Sentai, or it could be something completely different. Because I don't really know what would make sense, that what monster would be wanting to do that all of a sudden. Because it sounds like a bigger deal monster, not like some minor little thing that like no one cares about. So interesting. I am curious though. Then let's move on to episode 14, which sounds cool. It's called Silver's Secret, so this will be when we really get to see Silver in action, I'm guessing. It says, Tyler joins Shelby in auditioning for an open spot on the popular New Zealand band, the NZ Boys. NZ, like Z as in like Lord Zed. Ooh, curious now. Meanwhile, it's spelled like Zed, that's why I'm saying it. Meanwhile, an ally arrives, but not before the Rangers suspect he has an ulterior motive. Interesting. So, obviously this ally is referring to the Silver Ranger most likely, because I can't see anyone else. And the other thing to remember is ulterior motive. What does that mean exactly? Why? And I mean, it makes sense because it's sort of like, why is he there? He's not just there to just join them. He probably has a bigger purpose other than just join them, because if he wanted to join them, he would have joined them a while ago. It is interesting. Obviously, as I said before, episode 10, the first moment of hearing from him and them contacting him happens. So clearly there is something going on there where he is known, but they don't get to see him till then. Now, that does bring up a lot of questions as to how things work. It also says, for all we know, this ally could be someone that we know, or it could be someone completely different. But I'm very curious to see what this means, how it's going to work, and what's going on there. Obviously, it's hyping up for his introduction, so it should be really cool. I am looking forward to this episode. It does sound pretty awesome. What I do want to say though is that most likely within these 6 or so episodes, Sin should be destroyed. Most likely, Sin should be removed from the show, probably around the 10th or the 11th episode, I would say, because that's when he because the episode that they were referring to was an episode that either was the episode or the episode after that was when Singe basically stopped showing up. So that should be interesting to see. I'd love to know, though, in the comments, guys, what you guys think. Are you excited for these episodes? I mean, obviously it's mentioned the Silver Ranger, which sounds very cool to know more about him. He sounds like he could be an interesting character, obviously. Obviously, we don't know as much as we want to know about him. There was a load of information regarding the fact that he had known, what do you call it, Keeper before, and Keeper and him and like he was an older one that actually Keeper and him had been like friends or something like that, and so they had been allies or something in the past. So there is some sort of connection there, meaning that he has worked in the past and like Keeper knows of him. It's not like he's an unknown figure. So I do want to know more. I am curious about all this, and I'm looking forward to these episodes. Most likely, obviously, these episodes won't be coming out till end of August, most likely. Usually they start showing these episodes the last or the second to last week of August, and just keep going, and then the show will keep going into around December time, and then we'll have to wait till February for Ninja Steel. So I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments again, and I will see you guys in the next video. So please leave your comments telling me what you guys think, and I will see you guys then as well. And also check out all my other videos. I just posted something relating to the Power Rangers movie, so check that out too, and I'll see you guys next time. So until then, guys, I'm Crazy71, and goodbye.